Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're gonna carry on with our Surds series. Let's get started. So this question says S is a geometric sequence. Now before I carry on, I'll give you a lowdown on what a geometric sequence is. So suppose I have this number here 3, then I have 6, 12, 24, 48 and so on. And basically this is a geometric sequence. A geometric sequence is a sequence where to get from one term to the other, we multiply by the same number each time, or we divide by the same number each time. So this is an example of a geometric sequence. So it says given that root x minus 1, 1 and root x plus 1 are the first three terms of S, find the value of x. So I'm going to write out my sequence first. So root x minus 1, then 1, and then root x plus 1. Now, bearing in mind what we know already about geometric sequences, so I'm going to multiply this by something. I'm going to call it m for now. So root x minus 1 times m gives me 1. 1 times m gives me root x plus 1. Now, from what we know with our factors and multiples, whenever you multiply 1 by any number, you get that number itself. So I'm going to set up an equation. 1 times m is equal to root x plus 1, which means the value of m, because 1 times m is m, will be equal to root x plus 1. So that's the first point. That's the second point. Now the third point is I'm going to set up a second equation, and that would be root x minus 1 times m equals 1. So root x minus 1 times m equals 1. So that's the first term times m will give you the second term. However, the value of m is root x plus 1. So I'm going to substitute that here. So root x minus 1 times root x plus 1 is equal to 1. Now I expand this. So root x times root x will be x, or you can even do it as root x squared if you want, and then simplify it later. Root x times 1 is root x. Minus 1 times root x is minus root x, and then minus 1 times 1 is minus 1, which will give you x, because square root of x squared is x. Root x minus root x, these two cancel each other out, so I'm left with this. X minus 1 is equal to 1, and then if I carry on over here, so rewrite that part of the equation. X minus 1 is equal to 1. Add 1 both sides. X is equal to 2. So that's the value of x. You sorted that out. The second part B of the question, I should have labeled this part A, asked me to show that the fifth term of the sequence is 7 plus 5 root 2. So we know that the first term now will be root 2 minus 1, because the value of x will be 2. So let me write this over here. So this will be root 2 minus 1. This will be 1. And then the next number will be root 2 plus 1. I could have done it here as well. Okay, so those are the first three terms, and the value of m is root x plus 1. So from here I can say m is equal to root 2 plus 1. So to get this is your first term, this is your second term, this is your third term. So to get the fourth one, I'm going to multiply my third term with the value of m. Coincidentally, both of them are the same. So root 2 plus 1 times root 2 plus 1. That gives me square root 4. Root 2 times root 2. Then root 2 times 1 is root 2. 1 times root 2 is root 2. And 1 times 1 is 1. Root 4 is 2. Root 2 plus root 2 is 2 root 2 plus 1. Which will give me 3 plus 2 root 2. I add these two, well, that's how I get the 3. And finally, the last bit. I'm struggling for space, so number 6 over here. I'm going to take the fourth term and multiply it by m, which was root 2 plus 1, as mentioned over here. So the fifth term would be 3 plus 2 root 2 times root 2 plus 1. So 3 times 2 root 2, sorry, 3 times square root 2 is 3 root 2. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 root 2 times root 2 is 2 root 4. And 2 root 2 times 1 is 2 root 2. I'm going to simplify this. So here I have 3 root, actually these two I can add. 3 root 2 and 2 root 2, I can add them to give you 5 root 2. So I'll erase that. And I get 5 root 2 plus 3 plus 2, and square root 4 is 2, so 2 times 2. So I have 5 root 2 plus 3 plus 4. These two add to give me 7, so I've got 7 plus 5 root 2, and that's exactly what they were looking for. Okay, and that's this question done. Thank you for watching.